in Tampa, Florida. It's week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on Teddy Bridgewater and the Carolina Panthers.
On the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the Carolina Panthers. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Now we see the 14-time Pro Bowler, maybe the greatest to ever play the position, Tom Brady, getting set to lead this Buccaneer offense.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers? 1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss. Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Throwing on first down is Brady. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. The Brady-Gronk connection, certainly something to watch here with the Bucs in 2020. Of Tom Brady's 541 touchdown passes coming into 2020, Gronk's 78 were the most of any receiver. To throw again on second down, Brady. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 at the 44-yard line.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And as he will not attempt to return. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line. Offensively for Carolina, Teddy Bridgewater will be at the controls, the talented quarterback out of Louisville.
What an audition last year for Teddy Bridgewater in New Orleans. Not one that he expected to have happen with the injury to Drew Brees, but he stepped into the breach, and the Saints went 5-0 in his starts, and he showed the rest of the league he was ready to be a starting quarterback again. Now he gets his opportunity with a brand-new head coach, a brand-new organization in Carolina.
His pass caught at the 4.
To Chris Manhurst.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 6 catches, 71 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. You call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
And it brings up 3rd down.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down. The secondary, Charles, much maligned during the week. They didn't have their best game in the loss last week, but a nice play there.
Yeah, and I just know what they went through last week. I mean, ever since that time, the pride was hurt. They kept getting reminded of it in the local media, had to watch it on tape, and, you know, the coaches just got after them. They came in ready to play.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
At their own 25-yard line.
Back now comes Tampa Bay, and last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And now this pass brought in by Brown. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
40-yard line.
On the counter, here's Jones. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now on 2nd and 13, Brady. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
An uh-oh moment, like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
He gets it to Brown, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
His throw caught right around the 6. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A very solid gain of 27.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Brady. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Brian Burns. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. This is caught. Gronkowski. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
Now 3rd and goal.
To throw, it's Brady. His pass caught at the 4. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
And there's Christian McCaffrey with another run CMC as he's known in the Carolina area. Easily the most productive running back in the league last season. 2,392 yards from scrimmage. He's just so dangerous every time he gets the football. Whether you hand it to him, throw it to him out of the backfield, just imagine if they had the guts to let him return kicks as well. This guy is a true triple threat.
Bridgewater on 1st down. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense. You can't do that.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. He's counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
3 brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Bridgewater. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Incomplete. It's 3rd down. And
on 3rd down, Bridgewater. Open man is Anderson. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A pretty sizable deficit here in the 1st quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another 1st down, almost back to the drawing board.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It was JPP that time, Jason Pierre-Paul, who got in there to blow that play up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now on 2nd and 13. Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen with Davis. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
Mike Davis. A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Catch there by Robbie Anderson, and we all know he's got the speed to get behind any defense. What I think is underrated about his game is his toughness and his belief in self. Robbie Anderson was an undrafted free agent who's turned into a big-time player in the NFL. and now landing in Carolina reunites him with his college coach, Matt Rule, when they were together at Temple.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup.
Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. 5-yard line. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play. Bridgewater. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. DJ Moore. His 3rd touchdown of the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, on him, and score a touchdown.
Slide for the PAT.
For the point after.
He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
On the return. The Bucs take over 1st down.
Again, we see Tom Brady and the Bucs set to take over. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive lines? Low man wins. We talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. But guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass protect. Are you low? Are you balanced? Are you in a position where the pass rush won't bowl you over on their way back to the quarterback? They've got to reestablish that in order to try and keep their man upright.
Because they have been bowled over a lot so far in this one.
Sometimes that's a danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Brady. It's complete to Brown, right side. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They've been off to the races already, a 17-0 lead. Now a chance for more here as they've got it 1st and 10. Bridgewater now. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Chris Manhurst. It leads to 2nd and 10.
McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further.
No.
2nd down, Bridgewater. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. 3rd down here. Bridgewater to throw it. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep, Antonio Brown. Runs through the contact. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
7 yards, the pickup there. Well, this, of course, the home opener for the Buccaneers. A date folks in Tampa have had circled since, I don't know, about 6:30 Eastern time on March 17th. That the day that TB12 officially became a Buccaneers CD.
And think about it this way, Brandon. Back in the old days, we used to talk about what we call water cooler talk, right? You take a break at work and you talk about the team and everybody stand around. Now, whatever passes is water cooler talk, the social media, the texting, all of those things. Since that moment that it was announced it was official that Tom Brady was a Buccaneer, that's all these people have cared about. Seeing this game in Tampa, and let's face it, this team hasn't been to the playoffs in a decade or so. Now they're talking about going to the Super Bowl. Forget just getting to the playoffs. That's what Tom Brady has brought to this franchise.
Brought down at the 39-yard.
The numbers for Jones last week, 15 carries, 79 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
At the 31-yard line.
Shotgun now for Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. 17-0 our score after 1.
17. Buccaneers, nothing.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Now a play fake. Brady. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Brian Burns able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic. 3rd and long after that last sack. Brady. Strong coverage by Carolina. And on we go to 4th down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Christian McCaffrey and the Panthers about set to go on offense. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the 2nd quarter. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bridgewater. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. The sack by the Super Bowl champion and Pro Bowler Jason Pierre-Paul.
If Jason Pierre-Paul just manages to stay on the field and play 16 games, we could have double-digit sack numbers and then some, because over his first 2 seasons in Tampa Bay, 21 sacks, earned himself a new contract, but hasn't been fully healthy. If Jason Pierre-Paul is that guy, look out. We'll see more plays as we just saw there.
3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Catch there by DJ Moore, who's really starting to come into his own, and he's one of that pack of receivers in the NFL now that looks like running backs and plays like that as well when they catch the football. Last year, nearly 1,200 yards receiving, 78 yards per game, and that ranked in the top 10 in the league. Expect those numbers to continue to grow.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Now Brady. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit.
Good catch there by Mike Evans, and his ability to get downfield and create big plays is something that Tom Brady hasn't had on the perimeter in the last few seasons. Mike Evans often fools defenders with his speed because he's so long. People think he can't be that fast, but he is, and combines it with terrific hands and makes big catches.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost getting into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Defense.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. A gain of 6 there on 1st
and 4. At the Panthers' 46-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady. Evans has it left side. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 34-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
He was brought down at the 26. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd.
Now Brady. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. Over the middle here to Brown. And he is going to have the Bucs 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
Brady now to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 13-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2nd and goal from the 1.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
And they'll run with a late signee in Bucks camp. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6.
You can almost feel him thinking as he's running the football. Just one more block, anything to get me to the perimeter and around the corner. Couldn't quite get there. Ends up getting spilled for a loss.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Brady to throw. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down. And he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3.
Buccaneers 3.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Ndamukong Suh with a sack. We've seen that a ton since he entered the league in 2010.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. A reminder, still some good games coming up here in Week 2 of the NFL. Later tonight, a rematch from that Super Bowl a few years back. New England visits Seattle up in the Northwest. And then on Monday night, we'll be there. The first regular season NFL game ever played in the state of Nevada. The New Orleans Saints and the Las Vegas Raiders from Allegiant Stadium. That should be something. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Brady's throw there complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, whenever you talk about players that really broke out in the 2019 season, you better add Chris Godwin to that list. Over 1,300 yards receiving, 9 touchdowns. He was second among receivers last season receiving yards per game at 95. This guy combines great body control, excellent strength, and terrific route running ability to become a really big downfield threat.
Brady on target there to Godwin. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the slap. Watch the slap.
Brady gives this one off to Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move.
Makes it 3rd and
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. He gets it to Brown. Good play. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Throwing on first down is Brady. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Again, they'll throw with Brady. This is caught. Gronkowski. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Rob Gronkowski. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bucs have made this a one-score game.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Ryan Suckup on for the point after. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Carolina getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
5-yard pickup on the play.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. First down throw for Bridgewater. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Bridgewater now from the 50. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Not much there, only a yard.
2nd and 9.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football.
Devontae Davis. Tom Brady.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. This is McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. A 40-yard punt, no return, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And they're just going to run it here up the middle, and he'll just burrow his way back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game, it's Teddy Bridgewater with a standout first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So here are the Panthers set to take over. They were winners last week, defeating the Raiders, and right now they're in the driver's seat here as they start off 1st and 10. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Bridgewater over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
Bridgewater's
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
First down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing on 2nd down. Bridgewater. And his throw is incomplete. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, but now it'll be 3rd down. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Credit the sack to Vita Vea.
That's exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on for the 5th time here today. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. With it is Brown. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the 2nd half. Their defense just came up with a stop right out of the locker room, and now can the offense take advantage?
Yeah, we don't want to turn this into something that it's not. It's only a 1-score game, so it's not exactly a crucial possession. But at the same time, they'd like to get things started and at least come away with 3 points.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Brady. And he finds Howard complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
2 at the 43-yard line.
On the jet sweep, this is Godwin. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Hard throw, incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Getting set to go here, Teddy Bridgewater and company marches back onto the field. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. That's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
Like how they started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Another try after the first down sack. Bridgewater flush to his right. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Bridgewater to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. On 3rd and 1, here's Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football, pick it up.
That keeps the score Panthers 17, Buccaneers 10.
Tampa Bay trots out there now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That's complete to his running back, Evans. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Defense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Brady. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught.
Brady's pass.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Brady's pass.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
They go play action here on 1st down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. A line of scrimmage once again, the 5, as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Suck up for the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
Teddy Bridgewater and his Panthers ready to go again. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent. Just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader. Making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter.
A gain of 4.
Are you touched?
2nd and 6.
He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st down.
To throw, Bridgewater. That'll be taken in by Anderson. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Complete to Robbie.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
McCaffrey on the carry.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
On the play. 2nd.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bridgewater. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Vita Vea picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Oh, you know, that did not feel good. Vita Vea with the sack there. And we know he's a big-time presence on the defensive line, especially against the run. But he'll surprise you with his quickness and his upfield agility in order to get to the quarterback. If you're blocking him, it's going to be a long afternoon or evening, a tough proposition.
3rd and long now after the sack. And we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
And here we go again with Tom Brady in Tampa's offense. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
And now this pass brought in by Brown. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Jones. Rasul Douglas there to get him down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the gun, it's Brady. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
A gain of 3, second down.
It's a pickup of 3.
From the 39, Bridgewater. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Tampa. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Now left side on the swing pass. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
He's brought down by Shaq Thompson. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Oh, no.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
After the penalty, it's Jones. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now they'll throw with Brady. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin.
Brady's pass.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and
from the gun. Brady. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And Suckup will put this one right through, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead.
score, Buccaneers 20, Panthers 17.
So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Carolina offense about ready to go. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice. Bridgewater on first down. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Ndamukong Suh able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Another try after the first down sack. Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Samuel.
Complete.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football.
Jason Pierre-Paul.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Back now comes Tampa Bay. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Brady now on first down. Over the middle here to Brown. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A gain of 9.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I got the sense the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Brady now on first down. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. 7 yards, the pickup there. 3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set.
2nd and 3.
Now Jones.
46-yard line.
And he stopped immediately there.
Ronald Jones.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and
operating from the gun. Brady. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Yetur Gross-Matos drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down.
Every time I see Yetur Gross-Matos complete a play like that, I'm reminded of what I saw from him at Penn State. Willowy is the description I wrote down in my book. Long and angular, loves to play on the edge. In fact, I asked him about that in the process leading up to the draft. He says, I want to be outside in space where I can work upfield against those tackles. And how about the moves that he exhibits getting to the quarterback?
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Brings up second and a yard.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel.
Bridgewater's pass.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Panthers.
First down, Bridgewater. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Open man is Robbie Anderson. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Vita Vea getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Another try after the 1st down sack. Bridgewater gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. From the gun, Bridgewater.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he's on to punt for Carolina. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down, make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough 1st downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Pass incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. And working from the gun, it's Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again here, Teddy Bridgewater coming back onto the field. Certainly they want to win this game, but down 3, they know what they need to do. Get in field goal range, at least have a chance to tie it.
And if you approach it the right way, you almost have a safety net. Knowing just a field goal gets it done, you don't press for the touchdown, but you take it if the opportunity comes. If the opening's there, someone slips in the secondary and you get a big play. But otherwise, get the 3, put that on the board, and try to extend the game.
They'll be trying to muster 3. Of course, they'd love the score to win it. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Bridgewater gets this complete to Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down. Sideline throw, that's caught by Moore. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Defense.
Don't do us like that.
Oh, and the defender took some liberties there with a late hit, roughing the passer.
The league has done a great job of defining what is a late hit and illegal contact on a quarterback. The defenders really have to get in line.
Now Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
For DJ Moore. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Bridgewater. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
3rd down. And 10.
Bridgewater to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Ndamukong Suh in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to tie things up in the final minute. And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
17.
Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. So this game's had a little bit of everything. Here's another little something. A potential game-tying 4th quarter field goal that winds up hitting iron.
And there's always a chance that it's going to hit and bank itself in, but no such luck that time. And that's a body blow right there.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll go again to Jones. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Bridgewater and the Panthers now down 20-17, 24 seconds to go. And they need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore.
Bridgewater's pass.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.